Hello, Danielle here. Welcome to Community Distance Reiki. Happy Friday. I hope you're doing well. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any intentions for your personal healing. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. And after about an hour or so, we're going to transition into the Reiki. So if you are watching this as a video replay, hello from the past. If you want to skip ahead to that portion, start looking at about the 1 hour mark or where you see the lights begin to shift. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back and thank you for the ongoing support. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance session or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my crystal collection, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com, which is linked in the description below, along with my email newsletter and all of my socials. So let's go ahead in and start building that crystal grid. Awesome, so here we are. Oh, it's hot in Philly. It's nice. Let's see what we have going on here. We've got welcome in Coley from Seattle. Welcome in. Allison, wonderful to see you. Awesome. Jennifer Vatsa, good to see you. Maricela, I hope you're doing well. Oh, 39 weeks. Oh, congratulations. And Sabrina, welcome in. Joanna, Violet Integration. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Yeah, let's start piling on those good vibes. So definitely need some, so we've got some folks asking for some energy and some folks looking for some napping and chilling. We can do both for sure. Let's see. Okay, good stuff. So we've got, and Jen, if you want to go ahead and get that nap and chill, you go right ahead and enjoy. Awesome. And Violet Integration, intention of healing for Dobby and fast cash for unexpected vet bills and patients. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, when our fur babies are not feeling their best, it's our whole heart, isn't it? Also our whole wallet. But yes, our whole heart. Let's do exactly what you asked for. Let's do leopard skin jasper, red tiger eye, and patience. We got that too. So I will get to everybody's requests, so go ahead, keep those requests coming. We're going to start things off with a little bit of leopard skin jasper. This can be very helpful for anything going on with animals, also for connection to our animal guides. It's great for anything impacting the skin and also supportive of good balance and coordination. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in some of this. This is also a stone that is superb for attracting a good partnership, specifically the romantic kind of partnership. So we'll go ahead and bring that in. So that is leopard skin jasper. Try to line these up so we get started on a good footing. There we go. So I hope that helps support Dobby. For financial support in a hurry, let's bring out some red tiger eye. Red tiger eye, in addition to calling on financial abundance in a hurry, this can be really helpful for protection. It's a very powerful protective stone. Whether it's mundane stuff like bullying, gaslighting, toxic folks, that kind of thing, all the way up to like malevolent spiritual work and psychic attack. This is a really strong stone of protection. So all the best for your financial abundance there. And for patience, we will bring in some dumortierite. Ta-da! Such a beautiful like blue-gray kind of color. Absolutely love it. This is, in addition to patience, it's great for pent-up anger. It's wonderful too for nervous dogs if your dog happens to be nervous, but this is great for standing up for yourself and improving situations that seem hopeless. It's also great for if you have any intentions around getting more tidy and kind of cleaning house a little bit more regularly. This is a stone that can help you to work through any issues that are impeding that. So great for that. And standing up for yourself if I didn't mention that. So There we go. All the best to you, Violet Integration. Lots of love. And let's see. Lots and lots of love to Dobby, too. Hey, Vincent. Good to see you. Chris. Catherine. And let's see. Hope I didn't miss anyone. Nope. And Allison, I'll definitely pick some support for hope that you get approved for your apartment. I'm also looking for an apartment. Jen is looking for a house. She just sold hers and is looking to move. Lots of moving houses. Yeah, we will definitely get through all these. Okay. Sabrina, you're exhausted, and any help with that would be appreciated. So I'm going to put in some energizing stones and some stones for better sleep in general. I know some folks are still having trouble with that, so I'm going to do a little bit of both. Hopefully you'll sleep better when you get the chance to sleep better, and hopefully you'll get energized when you need to be energized. So let's do some labradorite and some labradorite and some bumblebee jasper. Bumblebee jasper it's definitely really energizing. It's also good for focus, clarity, things like that. Wonderful for decision making. So if you're kind of sitting on the fence about something, this can be helpful. This stone has these beautiful bright yellows and lots of gray. This stone has a high concentration of both sulfur and arsenic, so be careful. I never recommend putting stones in water to make gem essences and then doing a direct essence. I always recommend doing it separate, and this is one of the reasons why. It's also great for empowering anything that you're manifesting. So this will help Allison too, and me and Jen, empowering what we're manifesting. It's helpful for group and collaborative work, but even if you just need a little bit of motivation to like sink your teeth into what you need to get done, this can be really helpful. Wonderful too for just positivity in general. Confidence, lots of confidence. So I'm going to go ahead and use this larger piece today, and we may end up putting just one around the edge. So there we go. So that'll definitely help with energizing, and like even if you are a little bit sleepy, helps to focus the mind quite a bit. Labradorite is a really potent stone for helping us to sleep better. It's also a stone that I often recommend for clairvoyance. That's our spiritual sight, as well as finding errors and seeing the fine details in a lot of data. So if you're doing your accounting, if you're into things like coding or anything like that, and you're looking for small errors in a lot of things, like very detailed attention, labradorite's a good buddy for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put labradorite in here. Labradorite is very closely related to moonstone. This is also great for workplace harmony. There we go. And research and study in general. So that's labradorite. Awesome. So I hope that helps. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. Oh, and Jennifer, you found an apartment and you just hope everything falls into place. Cool. Send some of that finding a perfect apartment juju to me, ladies, because I need it. I must have called over a half dozen places today. Communication, less stress, worry, and anxiety. Let's do that. So let's do communication. Sodalite. And I think you made a request for a couple of specific stones. Blue lace agate, kunzite, moonstone, honey calcite, numite. You got it. I'm also going to bring in some sodalite to help with the communication. And don't freak out, everybody, but Mercury does go retrograde later this month. It's okay. I know everybody super fearmongers it, but it's the planet of communication going what seems to us to be moving backwards in the sky. And essentially, retrograded planets, it gives us a chance to revisit all the elements of our life that are associated with that planet. And Mercury represents communication. So that's why communication can be so challenging. So this is a great stone to have anywhere near anything that you really want to put the fine point on how you're communicating, or if you're working through like a Mercury retrograde period, this can be really helpful with that communication. It's also wonderful for if you or anyone you care about is struggling with like homesickness. This can be a really helpful stone. It's also great for any form of communication, not just speaking, but written too. And for it's also great for coming to terms with like menopause, aging, and themes around those types of things. And we have a kitty cat. Hey, who's joining us? It's a Gertie. It's a Gertie. Hi, Gertie. Awesome. Let's see if she wants to visit everyone. Hi. Hey. Good stuff. And you have some other requests. So blue lace agate, kunzite. Blue lace agate's also a great stone for communication. This is great for softening what you need to say so that it can be gentler. It's also good for helping you to get things that are difficult for you to speak about through your throat chakra. And we're getting a visitor. Hi, Gertie. Oh, you came to make biscuits. Yeah, you want to say hi to everybody? I'm here all day long. They know when I start talking that it's Reiki. So they're like, let's get into the Reiki time. Hey, you want to say hi? Oh, yeah, giving some purrs. Yeah, that's a good girl. That's a good girl. But yeah, if you're saying anything that's hard for you to say or you're worried about it being difficult for the other person to hear, this is especially helpful. Also, anything having to do with the throat. Sore throat, strep, anything like that. Also wonderful for skin allergies and tension headaches. Arthritis and fractures. So that's blue lace agate. Just gonna sprinkle these little guys around. There we go. Yeah, got some kitty love there. Witchy Homestead. Good to see you. You knew Mercury was going retrograde. Yep. The kitties did get so big. They are such big girls. Jenny, it's good to see you. Patty, lots of love to you. Let me know if Kia's there too. Oh, awesome. Oh, I'm getting purrs. I'm getting a purr. Aw. These two are my foster failures. So, yeah, failing upward. Yes, it was. So kunzite is a stone of intense connection to unconditional love and the interconnectedness and oneness with spirit. Whenever I hold this, I always feel like it's connected to the Kuan Yin, who decided to forego she had the opportunity to move on from the cycles of reincarnation and chose to stay at her level of spiritual being, basically to help with the suffering of the world. And it's just unmitigated compassion. It's a stone that helps us to expand our heart center, to hold even more unconditional love. And it's one that can help displace a lot of lower energies that we might be struggling with. So if you need a lot of strong love energies, this is absolutely the one. Pink kunzite, also very connected to upper beings, angelic beings, things like that. There we go. It's hard for me to find small pieces of pink kunzite, so this is the only piece that's really friendly to being in a grid. Oh, there we go. And we've got moonstone, honey calcite, numite. Honey calcite, numite. So numite is a really fascinating stone. This is only mined in Greenland and only for but several months of each year because the ground is so frozen. And as you'll see in some of these specimens, if I get them in the right light, you'll just see out of that. You good? Okay. Thank you for blessing us, Gertie. As you can see, these flashes of gold in the darkness, this is a stone that's thought to, as we go through our like really sort of deepest shadow work and healing that we need to do, it brings these moments of clarity and reminders that spirit is with us, and these realizations just through the darkness. So it's a lovely stone for that, for any kind of shadow healing. It's also highly protective and is one that can be placed near any of your spiritual items to keep the energy clear. Also wonderful for any time that you're dealing with things like close to the veil, if you will. So if you're working in hospice, if you're working with spirits, this can be a really helpful stone. So that's Numite, and these are available in my crystal shop. So there we go. I'm just going to put them around. We've also got Moonstone, which helps us to connect to the moon, the lunar cycles, all the lunar magic, any moon magic you might be working with. Very connected to all the rhythms and cycles of nature and helping us to trust divine timing. It's great for attracting love, connection to the divine feminine, very protective of women, and for anyone that's working with older spiritual traditions and looking for spiritual wisdom, this can be a really exceptional stone to bring into those practices. Like I said, it's closely related to labradorite as well. So here we go. It's another one too that can help with finding your romantic partner. So there we go. And honey calcite is a great one for any time that you're going to be having new people come into your life. It helps with a lot of optimism in times that are challenging, and it helps you to find people that you'll really connect with, that are like the best, highest good match for who you are today, here and now, whether that's neighbors, friends, colleagues, anything like that. It's like finding good people for you. It's very balancing of the sacral chakra, which is how we relate to others, all of our relationships, and the solar plexus, which is our center of personal identity and free will. So there we go. Wonderful. So all the best to you, Jen, and enjoy your nap. Oh, thank you for answering, Chris. Yeah, kunzite is a really strong set. Sometimes it looks more pink, sometimes it almost looks white. So don't be surprised if you're shopping for it and it looks almost white. Ah, pink kunzite. Is honey calcite the same as honeycomb calcite? I've never heard of honeycomb calcite. I would suspect it's likely that it's the same and it's just called the same thing, but I've just never heard it called that before. A lot of crystals go by a lot of different names, so that seems likely. Awesome. Yeah, actually, the bracelet in the grid and also these little scarabs, these are cut into the scarab. Renewal and transformation. These were meant to be made into jewelry quite a long time ago. These were carved so long ago that they're hand carved and they're actually signed. I actually got these when I still had a healing center on Jewelers Row in Philadelphia, in trade with a stone dealer for Reiki services. There were a lot of these cut when scarab bracelets were really popular in the 70s and 80s. I mean, I remember my mom having one. And these were already cut and just the trend kind of ended and they had never sold. So these are, in a way, it's like putting jewelry in the grid. He's like, yeah, could you use these? I'm like, I absolutely could use those. He's like, great, jewelers, I can't give them away. I'm like, I would love them. So yeah, so we even have a couple of them for sale in the crystal shop too. And there'll be more soon. But yeah, it's playing crystal grid, you can put anything in it. You can put flowers in it, anything that helps carry your intention. Okay, so help from the universe in getting approved for your apartment. So let's do some sunstone. Sunstone is wonderful for luck, but it's also great for being recognized, so that you'll kind of come to the top of the pile, hopefully, and be noticed for that apartment in case anyone else has applied for it too. It's also great for moving up in your career. So like if you need to be recognized to get a promotion, or if you want your job application to float to the top of the pile, great stone. It helps us to expand our vision of what's possible for us. And it also helps with just being there, being seen for what you do. Wonderful too for working through phobias and fears. There we go. It brings a lot of career opportunities as well. So that is orange sunstone. And I'm going to bring in some citrine. This helps with attracting financial abundance, and we definitely use it a lot for that here. But it's also wonderful for attracting like basic needs, and absolutely housing is a basic need. So we'll bring this in. So citrine starts its life as amethyst, and then when exposed to the right situations and elements, darkens and turns orange, turning into citrine. Not only great for attracting financial abundance, but for making good financial decisions, for balancing intuition with logic so that you have a really good balanced basis for making decisions and thinking clearly. Helps with nausea and fibromyalgia, as well as addictions and compulsions. So that is citrine. There we go. So that's citrine. So all the best to you. I hope that you get the best housing for you. So good to hear that you found a good place. Family wounds and alienation, finding soul's purpose. So for soul's purpose, let's do some blue apatite. Lots of helicopters. Pardon the noise. Blue apatite does quite a few really incredible things. One of them being help with figuring out what our soul's purpose is and having the courage to embrace it and walk that path. Also great for anything that has to do with gaining weight, losing weight, whatever your intentions might be, as well as having a healthier relationship with food, whatever that looks like for you as an individual. It's great for addressing, if you have to address a group of people that feels like a little bit hostile, which could be family, could be colleagues, whatever the case may be, it can help with that. It's great for harmony and peace, and especially wonderful for strengthening our auric field. So that can help with not taking on energy that isn't ours. It can also be really helpful anytime that we're going to be around folks that maybe aren't the most supportive, to help us be a little less likely to take it personally. So I hope that it helps with that. And let's also do for some family alienation type things. One is rhodochrosite. which I was going to pull for Chris as well. This helps with mother-child bonding. So whether, for example, too, this can be great for, I believe it's Maricela. Great. And also for Jenny's sister-in-law. This can really help with the mother-baby bonding just after the baby's born. But this can also be really helpful for healing wounds around a lack of bonding with mom, like a lack of maternal support too. Wonderful for the heart and circulation, as well as telepathy and communication with ancestors, as well as deceased pets. And it's great for stress headaches and asthma as well. So that's rhodochrosite. And then I want to bring in some mahogany obsidian. A lot of times when there's like a family alienation and like lack of support, this can be helpful because it helps to release the need of feeling like we want to be approved of. Can help us to break that down and let that go. It can also help with releasing perfectionism. Like what I feel strongly about this, my opinions are enough, my work is enough, not having to like hold ourselves to something superhuman in order for it to be good enough. So maybe this resonates with you, maybe it doesn't. Feel free to let me know if there's some other themes that you want me to address. It's also great at meeting goals, at strength, vitality, and for skin healing, as well as releasing anger. So this is mahogany obsidian. So there we go. So all the love to you. Hey, Korakar. Oh, your sister-in-law's in Maui. Absolutely. Honeycomb calcite is believed to possess many metaphysical properties, energizing, uplifts, amplifies energies, balance emotions, promote harmony. Ooh, nice. Oh, it's only mined in Utah. Okay, so it's definitely a different stone than honey calcite, because honey calcite's mined in a few different places around the world. Thank you, Catherine. I really appreciate that. Okay, so something to help lower cholesterol so that you don't have to go on medication. Gotcha. So, of course, I always mention this, but I look at crystals and Reiki as the amazing complement for everything and the replacement for pretty much nothing. Set all the intentions you can, work through all the ways that you can, and then if you need the other things, you need the other things. I take medications for things that I need, and I work with crystals, and I work with Reiki, and I meditate, and I do the exercises. I do all the things. So I'm not somebody that's going to say, you can't do two things at once. Of course we can. There's no rules to this. You know it's in your best interest. But I absolutely want to support you in helping to lower your cholesterol if we can do that. So let's see. The first one that comes to mind, definitely tourmalinated quartz. So tourmalinated quartz is black tourmaline going through quartz, which in this case is green, but it can be any color or type of quartz. Black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy. And when it's going through quartz, it basically helps break up things that are really stuck and old. Whether it's nervous energy, patterns from childhood, this will help Allison. It'll break up a lot of old pains from childhood too. But it's also thought to be helpful for the cardiac system, especially if there's any kind of blockages or accumulating things like cholesterol. It's thought to protect the valves and things like that. It's also great for scar tissue in and on the body, but even more importantly, emotional scar tissue. When we've really just kind of hardened around emotional pain. This can help break that up too. It's also great for new jobs, new gigs, new streams of revenue, as well as fortune and luck. So it can definitely help with housing. And for protecting those when they're traveling, especially by car. So we have tourmalinated quartz. So I hope that that helps. And all the love to you too. And yeah, so keep me posted. All the best. And if you have to change your diet, blue apatite can help with that as well. Like make that transition a lot easier. Chris, let's get to a few of your requests. We've already gotten a couple of them. Rose quartz, carnelian, garnet, green aventurine. Emerald. And we'll do lapis. Let's start with lapis. Lapis is helpful for pain and inflammation. And it's also wonderful for moving up in your career and cultivating a sense of like a work integrity, whether you want to deepen that or cultivate it more. It's great for open, honest communication as well. This is good for that, as my friend Jane would say, the talk-to-do ratio, like honoring our commitments, having follow through. Also wonderful for disorganization along with dumortierite and with taking personal responsibility. It's also a stone that is often thought of in alignment with vertigo and anything in the inner ear, so hearing loss too, so balance and hearing loss. So that is lapis. Emerald is helpful for healing skin and tissue in the body, and is especially good for supporting breathing, whether it's bronchitis, asthma, any kind of pulmonary issues. This can be really helpful. It also helps to restore confidence in our appearance. I mean, we're still in bathing suit season, so this is definitely helpful. So yeah, we'll bring that in. It's also helpful for if you feel like you've kind of lost your zest for something, you've lost your excitement in it, and you just feel kind of blah. Helps to reignite that too. So that is emerald. Green aventurine is a stone that helps us to connect with our, like where we are right now and what our potential is. If you think like, I can't do this, I can't learn this, that's beyond me. Anytime you're thinking about your future plans, this is a wonderful stone to have around because it helps you to see yourself as you are now with all the work you've done. So you can adjust where you put your goals so that you can set them a little higher and something that's more important to you. Also wonderful for heart rhythms as well as allergies and fertility. And anytime that you're struggling with, I can't learn this, this is beyond my ability, especially, I often recommend this for folks that are tech phobic, or if you're having to take a course and you're like, this is so hard, or you have to learn a language, and this is beyond me, I can't do it. This is a stone that'll encourage you. Yeah, there we go. So that's green aventurine. Garnet helps with everything from organization to more practically using our energy. If you're looking at a way to get more done in the day so that you can have more time for you, garnet is exceptionally helpful. Also wonderful if you are looking to set up some kind of new venture. This will help you get organized really well and help you figure out the best way to go about your tasks and what order and when and how. Also wonderful for balance and strength when everything is changing, and for creativity as well. So that's garnet. Garnet is very much the January birthstone, and the qualities really connect it quite a bit with Capricorn. So we will put that here and there. And rose quartz we're all pretty familiar with. It goes really well with pink kunzite. This helps with the heart chakra. It reminds us that there are better things that we can invite into our heart, which makes it a lot easier to let go of the pains of the past and make room for something better. It helps us to expand our heart center, our center of compassion and love, including self-compassion. So that is rose quartz. Let's put that under the dumortierite. So we have plenty of room in the grid for more. Awesome. And I will continue to work through your requests too. Actually, I'm going to bring in ruby first. I love putting ruby near garnet. Ruby is very helpful for kind of having the courage to be who you are, the courage to be yourself. And it's also wonderful for management and leadership skills in general. It's another stone that's often thought of in alignment with helping things like fibromyalgia. And this is ruby right here. This is the shape it takes naturally when it forms. And it's also great for love and fertility. So that is ruby. We'll just put that right with the garnet. There we go. Thank you for being here, Chris. Hi, Shaylee. Welcome in. Oh, we can definitely help. I'm going to get to everybody's requests before we start the Reiki, for sure. Ooh, good call. For the magnetic. Holy, positive self-talk, ability to identify what will serve you and weed out what won't. Patience while parenting a toddler alone. Absolutely. Positive self-talk, I have a perfect stone for that. I have epidote. I'm also going to bring in green calcite. So let me bring in the anxiety stone first. So green calcite, my favorite anxiety stone for sure. This can help with easing the anxiety, but also bring in reassurance and a sense of calm. It helps to unwind that physical tension that we have when we're anxious so that we can start to bring our bodies back to a center of balance. It's also great for the physical heart, and it's thought to really just soothe nervousness and help with almost bringing a little bit of an air of humor to things to help lighten the mood. And as far as focus and things like that, Bumblebee Jasper is great for that. It's great for motivation. It's great for focus. And it's wonderful for energy, too. So that'll be helpful. For self-talk, negative, positive, epidote is one that I've worked with quite a bit personally with that. I really struggle with that. And this is what it looks like. It's this beautiful green and kind of orangey pink. It's very helpful to reassess how we talk to ourselves and improve that. It's also wonderful for just the general nervous system, so it'll definitely support things like anxiety. It's also helpful for the skin, so this will definitely help what we were seeing for Shaylee. This will help with both. Just lost my place. There we go. And it's also helpful for connection to the fairy realm, as well as recovering physically, like illness, injury, as well as the brain. It's thought to be really helpful for folks that are struggling with things like Parkinson's. So we'll bring that in. And that, once again, is epidote. So there we go. Awesome. I hope that that helps you both. And patience definitely is dumortierite. Exceptional for patience and frustration. Definitely. So you're covered there. So I hope that that helps. Let's see. Better communication and understanding between people. And I think we already addressed that with sodalite. And yeah, we already addressed that with sodalite and with blue lace agate too. That can really, really help, because that can kind of soften the communication too, blue lace agate. And understanding between people too. Yeah, let's also bring in carnelian, which I was going to bring in and then I forgot. Carnelian can help with relationships, whether it's romantic relationships or any relationships. This is everything about the sacral chakra, which is the center of how we relate to the world around us and everyone in it. This is another stone that can help attract a romantic partner if that's an intention you have. It's also great for fertility and IVF, as well as just how we relate to other people. This can help harmonize relationships. It's also wonderful for sexual difficulties, as well as cold, allergies, and even wound healing. So that hopefully will help. So that is carnelian, that beautiful deep orange color. I'll bring that in. And next we'll bring in something for women's health, cramps and patience. Yeah, definitely patience on tap today for sure. Let's do for women's health. We have moonstone, which is helpful, and pink tourmaline is super helpful. So pink tourmaline is great for any kind of gynecologic anything, whether it's regular menses stuff and cramps and moods that go with it, all the way to endometriosis and things like that. It's helpful too for migraines as well as neuralgia, which is nerve pain, something I struggle with, so I use this for that. It's also helpful for muscle weakness, which I also struggle with, and dispelling a negative self-image. It's really wonderful alongside emerald for that. It's also another stone that can help with mother-baby bonding, as well as hormone balance regardless of gender. So that is pink tourmaline. So I hope that that helps. Okay, cool. Now, I will also knock on wood, Catherine, that you do not have a headache. I knocked on my bookshelf because bamboo is technically a grass. Sexual energy and healing. Oh, you don't have to be shy. I'm sorry you're shy. I know it's a very public forum. Past and current lives. Also, yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to sexual healing, sexual function, dysfunction, every aspect of relationships, whether it's the physical connection, the mental emotional connection, everything in between, carnelian is exceptionally helpful for those things. For past lives specifically, Lemurian quartz can be really helpful. So I'll bring some of that in. Whether or not you remember those past lives, this is a stone that can help. This is a blue mist Lemurian quartz specifically. This was actually a gift from Vincent and Cora Carr, who are in the chat. This helps earlier this life as well as the past lives and all the connections between them. It can help with releasing that past emotional pain and with learning about yourself through the healing process, which is a very empowering feature. So let's see, where would we like this to be? Let's do, I'm going to put them here. Nope. I'm going to put one here. And here. Our grid sometimes gets a little crowded on Fridays, which is a beautiful thing. So we'll do our best. So I hope that that helps too. arthritis, joint health for dogs. Gotcha. Welcome in, Tracy. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, feel free if you have any requests, go ahead and shout it out. When it comes to skin stuff, everyone, too, leopard skin jasper is really helpful for that. And I also did see that Jenny mentioned arthritis and joint health for the dog. So this will help to some extent, the leopard skin jasper. I'm also going to bring in our favorite joint stone, which is howlite. Anything that has to do with the bones, whether you need stronger bones, if you tend towards weaker bones, if you have joint issues, things like dislocations, osteopenia, osteoporosis. I have osteopenia. This is a stone that can really help with that, whether it's joint pain or if it needs healing. Also, on the emotional side of things, this can help folks that are looking for things like increased patience. This is a stone that can be really supportive around things like anger and resentment, as well as frustration. So we'll bring this in. It's also good for stability, blessings, and just teeth, bones, hair, that kind of a stone. So that is, actually we'll put this here. That is white howlite. White howlite is often purposely sold as white turquoise. White turquoise is absolutely a stone. It's just a very different stone than howlite. But of course, white turquoise is much more pricey. And I feel like because of that, or at least partially because of that, howlite is one of the most underrated stones. It's super helpful. So I hope that that helps too. And I'm also going to go ahead and bring in Unakite for Jenny's sister-in-law, who's pregnant with twins. This is a great stone for fertility, labor and delivery, prenatal, postpartum, pregnancy, and all the aspects of a woman's life when it comes to hormones and relationships too. It's thought to be a blessing gift to give someone, like, I hope you have a wonderful marriage and, you know, happy, healthy pregnancies and children, etc. It's also great for circulation, like heart circulation, getting the fluids moving throughout the body. It helps with quitting smoking, and it's thought to aid metabolism. So we'll bring in Unakite. There we go. And fun fact, epidote is in Unakite, which is so fascinating. So they are very much related, and they sometimes can look almost indistinguishable. So Patty, we've got some good requests here. Ooh, I like some of these. Okay, so let's do aquamarine, fuchsite. Oh, good, we got a couple of them. Mookite, prehnite. Mookite, prehnite. We got labradorite and moonstone. We got red tiger eye. So let's start with dragon's blood, which we've been working with a little bit lately. And this also has epidote in it. It's beautiful oxblood type stone. This is wonderful for grief and loss, as well as things like self-pity, and helping to get you out of that kind of a stuck place that can be. It's great for having patience with yourself, and I feel like patience is definitely on tap today. For those of you who are new, it happens all the time where we have overlapping intentions. It just goes to show that our individual situations can be vastly different, but when we boil it down to the core, we're all going through very similar experiences at the very same time. It also helps with learning from our mistakes. It's thought to help the nervous and immune systems, and it's great for the thyroid. If you need some strength and courage to make changes in your life, this is a great stone for that as well. And it brings in a lot of optimism too. Optimism, happiness, wisdom. Let's go ahead and put you here. And it's pretty, so let's do that. So that goes as dragon's blood and dragonstone, not to be confused with septarian, which is also dragon's egg, and that's more yellow and brown. So let's do fuchsite, helps with encouraging self-care and play. Perfect Friday stone. Bring in that concept of just play for the sake of play. It can be really regenerative and restorative. So this is fuchsite. And we'll bring that in. We'll bring that in here. Aquamarine, we often joke that it is the anti-Karen stone, and it is a really great anti-Karen stone. It helps to deflect pettiness and people taking out their frustrations on other people, like misdirecting their emotional stuff to other folks. It helps with bringing about justice as well as forgiveness. It's a great forgiveness stone, and that's whether you're forgiving to bring someone back into your life or to let them go and kind of let it be, but not hold the anger. But it is also good for things like body fluids as well as teeth and gums. So that is aquamarine. Let's put this piece of aquamarine right here. Let's do that. There we go. Next is mookaite. Mookaite also goes by the name Australia jasper. It helps us by accepting change and also with making decisions. And a lot of times an inability to make a decision is not accepting what is. That can be part of it. Also helps with boosting the immune system, calming the digestive system, and if you're struggling with things like UTI or anything, this is thought to help with bladder pain. So mookaite, also known as Australia jasper. And it sometimes even comes in like a bright mustard kind of color too. Prehnite is a stone that helps with spiritual teaching and learning. I keep this around all the time for when I'm teaching Reiki. I have big pieces of it behind me. It's a really powerful stone. Also for if you're doing anything like lucid dreaming or divination or prophecy, any of that kind of like a peeking behind the veil type stuff, this is really helpful. It's wonderful for stopping a wandering mind when you're meditating, and it can help with if you struggle to say no when people make sort of an unfair request. This is a stone that can help you to say no and stand up for yourself a little bit. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. See if we can sneak in a piece here and a piece here. There we go. I think we're good. Okay, good. Awesome. And I'll keep getting back to your other requests too. I'm going to grab some moss agate, tree agate, and chalcopyrite. Moss agate, tree agate, chalcopyrite. So I will definitely get to those. Septarian and opal. Yeah, anti-Karen stone. It is kind of silly, but it is really a thing. Pamusubi, good to see you. Oh, definitely. Tight muscles connected to abdominal pain, pelvic pain, reproductive system health. I added pink tourmaline, which will be super helpful for all of those things. And for muscle stuff specifically, I'm about to use a stone for that. But yeah, pink tourmaline is great for all of that. Unakite too, which is in there, but definitely pink tourmaline. So, and I will get to everybody's requests too. Okay, so let's see, where did I leave off? There we go. So Septarian, remember when I was saying about Dragon's Egg and how it's different than Dragonstone? Well, this is that Dragon's Egg stone. It's Septarian. Wonderful for anything having to do with the muscles, spasms, pain, tension. It's also great for skin wounds and lesions and things like that. But on an emotional level, this is just unparalleled. It's wonderful for anything having to do with the solar plexus, which is your center of self-identity and valuing your will and desires in this life. It helps to support a lot of emotional work. Like if you're doing some deep emotional work, like we discussed with Newmite, this can help you to get into the deep, scary parts of our emotions and even get vulnerable and help us feel supported. It helps us to identify the real root causes of beliefs and thought patterns and start to unravel them right at the source. And it's great for just really understanding ourselves too. So that is Septarian. There you go. Moss agate is very important in Chinese medicine, and it's thought to help anything in the body that has wind. And in Chinese medicine, that's anything that's spreading through the body quickly. That shouldn't be there. That's bacteria, virus, fungal infections, things like that. It's also very spiritual, helping us to better connect with nature, as well as our higher self, and even do inner child work. It helps to remind us that we are one with spirit, and we're always with spirit. So it's a great stone of unconditional love as well. A similar looking stone that is highly regarded in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga, is tree agate. Tree agate is helpful for optimizing the flow of energy throughout the body, regardless of what type or variety of imbalance you may individually have. It's like a considered tridoshic, meaning everybody, no matter your tendencies towards imbalance, this will complement it for everyone across the board. The 7 chakra system that we know most in the West is only like the bigger pieces of a very complex system. And so this helps with the energy flow right down to the nadi, or the individual channels through which energy flows in the body. So, and that's in the sister science to yoga. So yeah, we'll bring this in. So that's tree agate, wonderful for physical well-being on all levels. Opal is superb for protection. This is sacred to shamans of many cultures. It's thought to protect anyone that's doing magical work that is of the good, light, bright, healing type varieties, so that we are not seen by those that are there to do other kinds of work that we're not even going to get into. So yeah, this is great for just kind of staying cloaked and minding your business and doing your things when you're doing healing work. And chalcopyrite, which is this gold that's in here, it's a serious healing stone that does quite a bit, but it's wonderful for anyone that struggles with things like executive function and focus, like finding lost things, any of that. And any stone that has a lot of clear quartz around it, the clear quartz amplifies it. But yeah, this is one that can help bring a lot of balance and harmony to life, and a lot of deep spiritual connection. So that is chalcopyrite, and I want us to be able to see it. So I'm going to put it down here. So, yay, so glad you are here. Oh, absolutely, Korakar. Does pink tourmaline help with inner child wound healing? It does. It does to some extent. Other stones that help with inner child wound healing are the moss agate, the Newmite can help with that. Lumerian quartz can help with that too. Yeah, definitely. We've got a lot of that too. Awesome. And thank you. So I have that crystal ball here for you too. I'll bring it in, Korakar. I'll probably bring that one in at the end so I can figure out where to fit it. crystals, red jasper and jade. Okay. Jade, it would be a little dicey to try to slide it under the grid right now. So I might have to put it just off the grid, like off to the side, because I have a huge piece of jade. This jade, I'm told, looks kind of blue through the camera, but it's a deep, deep green. There's different types of jade and they can be different colors, but this one in particular is just a very, very deep green. So jade is wonderful for balance and harmony and luck and fortune in all aspects of life, from happy, healthy family relationships, business, community, relationship with self, love, all of it. It was sacred in China, and it was sacred to some of the peoples of the indigenous peoples of Central America as well. So this is jade, and I'm going to, let's see. So we can at least see some of it. I'm still hunting for good pieces of jade that are a bit smaller to work into the grid. Usually I slide that under the grid or I put it under the centerpiece, but I think if I tried to slide it under the grid at this point, we'd risk losing the grid. But it is there, and it is part of the grid. Red jasper is superb for grounding, connecting, feeling protected and empowered. It's everything to do with the root chakra. Root chakra is basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight, fear and safety. It's connection to our physical needs. It's wonderful too for emotional support, especially through really difficult times. Like if you're going through a lot of physical challenges that are showing up in your emotions, red jasper can help. Very protective on a spiritual level. Very empowering. It helps with defending against bullies. It helps with fighting injustice. A really beautiful stone. So I'll bring this out. Also thought to be well connected with things like depression and fertility. And I'm so glad you're here, Korakar. I hope you're well. And you're struggling a little bit after those tornadoes. Red jasper may actually help with that, like, grounding kind of thing around that. But let me know if there's anything else I can do to help you with that too. And the protection for Maui and your sister-in-law in Maui, I'm going to bring in jet. Jet is formed usually after volcanoes, but anytime there's intense heat, and occasionally those can be forest fires and probably the kind of wildfire they had there. I wouldn't be surprised if it created some of this. Jet is a type of fossilized wood that comes from trees being incinerated at high heat, and basically turns it into petrified wood quickly. Wonderful for grief and loss, and for protection against the evil eye, the paranormal, that kind of thing. It's also wonderful for anything around death and dying, hospice, and transition, and working near the veil. So we'll bring this in. It's very protective, but it's also helps with the grief of the loss. And even if you didn't lose your home and something like that, right there, if you're nearby it, that's a big loss and a big shift. So let's go ahead and kind of make those opposite to support each other. And yeah, it's devastating to see all of that loss. Grief around a romantic relationship. And being okay with being alone. let's bring in rhodonite. This is often thought of as the breakup and divorce type stone. It helps to heal a broken heart for sure. It helps you to feel more whole again after that kind of an ending. And that includes also with loss, like if someone passed away too, but any kind of loss. It's also on a physical level, the lungs, allergies, asthma, autoimmune type stuff, which is all of which apply to me. So I work with this stone a lot. It helps with unrequited love. It helps with insecurity. So Allison, this might help with some of those family themes that you mentioned. Also with healing from any kind of emotional abuse, this can be really helpful for. And also balancing yin and yang energies in the body. Rhodonite is generally pink and black, and you can see some of the black in these specimens. Some specimens are more black than pink. Rhodochrosite, which we used up here, is pink and white. They sound similar and they often look similar. Okay, let's see. Creativity and motivation. You keep putting off your latest novel ideas, so focus well. Definitely this is Bumblebee Jasper, as is this. Big on motivation and getting excited about what you want to sink your teeth into and get done. Also helps with mental focus and clarity and making decisions. So this can really help. Lots of physical energy, lots of focus. I'm also going to bring in Polychrome Jasper, because this is one that can bring a lot of motivation as far as like moving forward in alignment with your soul's purpose and doing what you need to do to move forward with it. It helps break up a lot of indifference as well. So if you're kind of like that, whatever turns out, rather than taking the driver's seat in your future, this can be really supportive. It helps to reignite your sense of soul's purpose. It's also really good for movement, especially the joints in all the limbs, but particularly your lower limbs and your legs. It really helps with encouraging physical movement, and it's very connected to our Earth Star chakra. So our Earth Star chakra, I'm just going to put that here, and I'm actually going to put one here. Our Earth Star chakra is beneath the root, and that's where we take our soul's purpose and make it actionable and kind of walk the walk of our soul's purpose. So it can really help ignite that. I'm going to put 2 more down here too. So that is Polychrome Jasper. That's in the shop too. Releasing, clearing, healing tight muscles, definitely Septarian. We talked about the reproductive health. Let's also do some black tourmaline. This can help with repelling negative energy, clearing our energy field. It's a deeply, deeply clearing stone. I've even gone so far as to sew this into curtains. It works. South Philly tested and approved. It works. But if you're someone who's empathic or sensitive, or you tend to take on or just overly feel the negative emotions or energy of other people, this is one to definitely carry around on you and cleanse often. And you can cleanse this particular stone pretty much any way. Laying it on selenite, salt, water, visualizing with your breath, even burying it and then digging it back up again if that's what feels right. Sage smoke, things like that. This can be very helpful. I usually use like sea salt or Epsom salt or selenite to cleanse my stones. Let's actually put them here on either side of the Septarian. Something to help you wake up to your psychic gifts, Kendi? Absolutely. And welcome in. So we've got, let's bring in Iolite. Can be very helpful with opening up intuition and our spiritual sight, so clairvoyance. Can also help with grounding after the case, as well as any kind of shamanic work or visionary work. Also helpful for money management and fever, so that's iolite. This one also has an indication for weight loss if anyone has an intention around that. This and blue lace agate, or not blue lace agate, blue apatite both have that. And another one for waking up to your psychic gifts is Herkimer diamond. Also moonstone, which is already in there. Herkimer diamond helps to greatly empower manifestation, anything that you're manifesting. Also allows us to be in the present moment, so we're not just hopping from one thing to the next, but able to appreciate where we're at right now and everything it represents. It can balance metabolism. It helps definitely in a big way with intuition and connection to spirit, as well as harmonizing really discordant energy and just really balancing, really balancing. So this is Herkimer diamond, which is not a diamond, but a type of clear quartz that forms in the Earth's surface around the Herkimer, New York region. There we go. There we go. So I hope that helps, and welcome in. Hey, Kanta. Oh, I will tell you as soon as I can ship to Canada, Jenny. Definitely. And the trolleys are honking, so apologies for the horn. Oh, thanks for the reminder. Everybody, if you could hit that like button, that really helps out. I always forget that. Thank you, Kanta. And add the twin fish quartz. Absolutely. So this was a gift from a friend of mine who is a jeweler, and I'm going to try to focus this in. So if you look really closely, there's a fish head, and then there's the scales of the fish. And there's two fish on here, and they basically flow into one another. Like there's the tail, and it's kind of going, yeah, it is really hard to see. And my skin being so pale doesn't help. But this is two fish carved into the same bead, and there's also hearts, or rather flowers on both sides. The symbol of the two fish is like the balance of yin and yang, the joy of union of yin and yang. It's a very powerful symbol in Chinese medicine. Yin and yang, if you think of that symbol that we think of with has a dot of one and a dot of the other, and it looks like they're flowing. The yin and yang symbol it's meant to denote movement. And that dot, if you can imagine it being like a fish's eye. That yang, the action, restorative, like taking action, masculine type energy in our lives. And yin is the more passive, the more restorative, the emotional and reflective. That is the yin. So having them in balance is not considered like a static thing. It's meant like energy to move. It moves in harmony and balance. And this is thought to embody both. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. Wow, it looks like we have a really unusual grid, and like we have big open spots here. So let's do Seawater Soul, also wondering about Canada shipping. I will work on that this weekend and let y'all know for sure. Thank you. Thank you for all of your support. I really appreciate you both. Gotcha. And so we'll put this here, and we'll put you here, and we'll place this balancing stone here. Bumblebee jasper there. And we can put these back. I think we're good to get into the healing. Thank you, Seawater Soul. Really appreciate you. And appreciate you too, Jenny. I will work on it. I'm teaching Reiki 1 this weekend, but I will definitely make time to work on that this weekend too. But thank you both so, so much. So everybody, let's dive into the healing. So what I need from you to go ahead and enter into that chat. We're going to work together to co-create this space and lift the energy of your individual space and the space that we're sharing. So go ahead and share anything that you're grateful for, anything at all, anything that you're comfortable enough to share about on YouTube anyway. Go ahead and enter it into the chat. While you're there, definitely hit the like button. It super helps out and I really appreciate it. While y'all are doing that, I'm going to quickly explain how Reiki works, how to make the most of your session, and all of that good stuff. And then we're going to get into the healing. And Seawater Soul, how much are my courses? There's information on my courses on the website, learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's also linked in the description. Level 1 is $250. Level 2 is $250. And I'm currently splitting Reiki Mastery into 2 pieces so that it can be even more affordable, because not everyone wants to use it professionally. But right now, if you take either Reiki 1 or Reiki 2 with me, you save money on it. So it ends up being, I think it ends up being like around in the $400 range. So there's savings on it. And I also do have some limited financial assistance too. But thank you. Thank you for asking too. And of course, Kanta. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you all for being here. I super enjoy this. I absolutely love being here with all of you sharing Reiki energy. So I'll quickly just describe what Reiki is, and then we're going to get into the healing and feeling super much better. So thanks again for being here. My name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. And again, you can find out more about my live online Reiki certification classes. You can schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or you can shop my crystal collection at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, as are all of my social media handles and a link to my email newsletter. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become kind of a catch-all term for energy healing because there's so many different types and styles. Specifically, I work with Usui Reiki. And this particular set of methods, this system, was created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan, at a time when Japan was really going through it. And teaching anything that even looked like religion that wasn't Shintoism was strictly banned, could not teach it. So this particular style of energy healing was very secular while being incredibly spiritual. And I feel like that's a big part of why it resonates with us so much in the West. So to understand the foundational explanation of what energy is in the Usui system, we're best to look at Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul. And our animating, life-sustaining energy is provided by spirit, however you define it, and basically flows through all of us and everyone and everything, everywhere, all the time. Even though we're not aware of it, it's nonetheless processing in a very subconscious level. Our body, mind, and spirit are finding balance and healing all the time, just naturally in the background, with this healing energy. And essentially what I'll be doing today is using Usui's techniques to connect to that energy and direct even more of it to you, where your body, mind, and spirit will be able to put even more balance and healing forward in your life. You may feel some physical sensations. You may feel some emotional shifts. Some feelings may rise up or be released. You may get some spiritual clarity or intuition or insight. You may also, on a mental level, be able to parse some things out that you've been struggling with or hear your subconscious. You may also have a really amazing nap. It'll probably be some combination of all of those things, as would be best to support you today. So during the session, what do you need to do? You don't have to do anything, but I generally suggest that you find a nice comfy spot, sitting up, laying down, however you're comfortable. You don't have to stay still. You can close your eyes, you can fall asleep, but if you want to, you can also stretch, move, bend, do some yoga. You can journal, play some music, get up and get a glass of water, whatever you feel you need to do during the session. The Reiki will still keep flowing. And if you feel like you get distracted or anything, or you want to go deeper into the session, just take a deep breath in and out, and it'll gently start to bring you deeper. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent or empty. Sometimes that's the intuition that's meant to pop up. Just go ahead and enjoy the session as it shows up for you. Each session can feel a little bit different. I will send Reiki to all of you wherever you are and whenever you are, more on that in a moment, for about 25 minutes. During that time, I will lower the lights. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. And just at no point in time will there be any flashing or strobing. No flashing or strobing, you're good there. I'll also turn up the music if you want to hear more about or learn more about our musical creator. She is linked at the bottom of the description, so you could check out her YouTube channel and her website. And at the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to come back to your body, wiggle your fingers and toes, and come back in. And at that time, I'll reopen the chat. If you have any questions, anything you want to share, I'll absolutely be here to help you with that. If you think of any questions later, you can reach out to me through my website and email me through that, and it's learnreikiphiladelphia.com, or you can put it in the chat or the comments after this is archived. Additional to know that if you're here live, this Reiki will land with you wherever you are, and if you're not here live, if you're watching this as a recording, the healing is absolutely available to you then as well. So we are limited to the constructs of our dimension. We can only be in one place at one time. That does not apply to Reiki. So anytime in the future that you feel like you need a Reiki session, if I'm not live, go ahead over to the past healing live streams playlist. Pick any of the pictures of the crystal grids that resonate with you that are on the thumbnail, and just go ahead. You can even zip through the grid making and just get the healing if you want to, and it will be there for you. So anytime you need it, it's there, and I'm live 5 times a week, same days, same times. So go ahead and subscribe with your notifications on so that you will have the opportunity to join me anytime you'd like. My next live stream will be tonight at 8 p.m. East Coast US time, and then again Sunday night at 8 p.m. East Coast US time. So thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing energy with all of you. I absolutely adore doing it. And in about a little less than a month, I will be celebrating my 15th anniversary of teaching Usui Reiki, and I'm so glad to be here. So let's go ahead back in and get ready to get into that session. Awesome. I love all these intentions. Oh, thank you, Vincent. That's really sweet. Okay. Oh, thank you, everyone. Let's go take a good close-up look at this grid. Ooh, pretty. Really, really pretty. Well done. It's just a very strange grid. Usually it's like completely full. We have like some bald spots in there, but it looks beautiful. Oh, thank you, Coley. Yeah, all of the events for Community Distance Reiki are on Eventbrite and our meetup group. So if that helps you to stay in touch with us, that's a great way to do it. But I'm here every Friday at 4 p.m. East Coast US time, and then again at 8. I'm definitely going to make that video, Jenny, a Reiki FAQ video with history, how it's made, or how I learned and all that stuff too. Catherine, that's how you got hooked, was through Eventbrite. I love Eventbrite. You found me through Eventbrite too. Oh, awesome. I love Eventbrite. I find such good things there. And it's been so helpful for my business over the years too. Thank you all for being here. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to send some healing to you wherever you happen to be. And we got a beautiful, nice big group. So definitely hit that like button if you haven't already. Go ahead and get cozy in any way that makes sense to you. There's no wrong way to enjoy your session. And I'll come back for you in 25 minutes. I know we're going a little late today, but I think it feels absolutely right. Timing is what it is. It'll show up as it is. Thank you all for being here. So enjoy your session, and I'll see you all in 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back. Gently move, stretch, or bend. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or anything to share, I invite you to use the chat. And as a reminder, I'll be back at 8 p.m. East Coast US time again this evening, as well as Sunday evening. Okay, cool, Karakar. I'll be able to let you in as soon as I wrap things up here. You're welcome, Chris. You're so welcome. I don't know about all of you, but I certainly feel better. You feel lighter, Kendi? Yeah, that's a common experience after Reiki. Just kind of like a nice clearing. Oh, hi Susan, I hope you're well. Oh, you're welcome, Jenny. And you're welcome, Joanna. Lots of love to you both. And Susan, you were able to put Dexter on it. You were able to put Dexter in front of the session with the stone that I gifted you, and he seemed to enjoy it. Oh, lots of love to Dexter. Thank you, Susan, and thank you for letting me know. Oh, wow, middle of your workday, 3 p.m. in Seattle. Yeah, the 8 p.m. stream will be right as you're kind of finishing up your workday. I'm glad that this was helpful for you in the middle of the day, especially on a Friday. Thank you, Patty. Lots of love to you and Key as well. And you're welcome, Pamusubi. You're welcome, Jennifer. Good to see you, and so glad to hear that you have at least an apartment set up. And if there's anything you need for that apartment in the interim, let me know, because I'm bigly downsizing. So I've got tons of stuff. Oh, you're so welcome, Coley. Yeah, I'm here on Sunday nights too. And Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Wednesday nights at 4 p.m. Fridays at 4 and 8. Sundays at 8. There's the list of it's in the description too. And I will at some point be having a moving sale. So definitely sign up for that email newsletter in the description if you think you might want to know about it. I'll try to get Canada shipping up before then. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for being here. I'll be back again in just about 2 hours. If you think of any questions, let me know. Leave it in the comments or reach out to me through my website or pop back in for another stream. It's seriously a blessing to be able to share this energy with all of you. And I'm so glad that this was really helpful. later, Jenny. Lots of love to your family and to the kitties and the doggies. So everyone, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here with an abundance of gratitude. Thank you all so much for coming out, for just being you and being on the healing side of things. We're all interconnected. All the good we do connects to everyone and everything, including back to ourselves. So thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your day, wherever you happen to be. I hope to see you again soon. Take care and bye for now.